A British man who ran down and killed a Swedish mother with a beach buggy in Cyprus while high on cannabis has been jailed for just 1 year, sparking fury from her grieving husband. Camilla Christina Pamdahl, 46, had left her daughter, 5, at the kids' club of the hotel where she was staying so she could visit a local supermarket. But as she crossed the road at the resort of Ayia Napa last month, May, she was hit by the black and red dune buggy which was being driven by Manraj Singh Sidh, 25. He was fast-tracked through legal proceedings after pleading guilty and earlier this week sentenced to 12 months jail, with the news being broken to Camilla's heartbroken husband Jonas, 51, by Mail Online. He said, "I'm so shocked by this decision. 1 year? It's nothing. I knew it was going to trial but had no idea he had already been sentenced." Where is the justice? My brother-in-law has flown to Cyprus to try and get more information and to see what we can do about making an appeal. How can this happen? How can the judge only give 1 year? It seems to me they have rushed through this case, and no matter he pleaded guilty. What about our family? I'm not sure the judge looked close enough into the circumstances. I've heard that he said he had served to avoid a stopped car, but he still hit Camilla on a pedestrian crossing. What about the fact he was supposed to be drunk and that he had taken drugs? None of this appears to have been taken into consideration. With good behavior he could be out early next year. This is why we are looking at an appeal. It's very early stages at the moment, but we want to find a lawyer in Cyprus who will make an appeal to the Attorney General. It is totally crazy. I just don't think the court appreciated fully what happened. The speed he was going was also not taken into account. Mail Online was the only media organization in court when Sidh, from Shefford, Bedfordshire, made his first appearance last month, and his parents had flown in to support him. They were also there this week when he was sentenced, and he will serve his jail term at Nicosia prison, where a source said if he behaved he would be out within 9 months. The source added, he could even ask to serve his sentence in the UK, but by the time all the paperwork is complete there is a good chance he will have served most of his sentence, and if he behaves he could be out within 9 months. A year's jail does seem very lenient for what happened. The maximum is 4 years, but the fact he pleaded guilty was taken into consideration, but the victim's family have the option of appealing. Camilla, who was from Gothenburg, Sweden, had arrived in Cyprus on April 29 with her daughter for a week's holiday and was staying at the Sunwing family resort, which is Swedish-owned. Paramedics raced to the scene and she was transferred to nearby Famagusta Hospital, where she was declared dead. At the time, hotel manager Louis Miseras told Mail Online, "It is very sad. I saw the accident as I arrived at the hotel and saw the road was blocked by the police. I decided to go and check. It wasn't one of our guests because the zebra crossing is right outside the hotel, and at first the police were not able to say. Then after about an hour or so, one of the staff from the kids club told us that a little girl hadn't been picked up, and it was then we realized the victim was one of our guests. The police gave us the name and we checked, and she was staying with us. She had arrived the Friday before and should have left a week later. She had just taken the chance to go shopping and left her daughter at the club for a few minutes. It's very sad. The father came the following day to pick her up and take her back to Sweden. We informed the guests about what had happened and everyone was shocked. We are thinking about putting some flowers at the scene in the next few days. Restaurant owner Theodora Marinova, who was working nearby at the time, said, "I heard and saw everything. I was getting ready for the evening service when I heard a huge bang. I looked outside and saw the buggy and a car on the zebra crossing, and so I ran to see if I could help. Some of the people in the restaurant having dinner came as well. I saw a woman on the floor and there were two guys in the buggy. One looked hurt and the driver shook him as if to wake him up, and then they both jumped out and ran away. One of them ran right past me, and then the next thing a doctor from the hotel where the lady was staying came to help. I took one of the tablecloths from the restaurant to make her more comfortable, and the doctor was holding her heard. The ambulance was here very quickly and they took her to hospital, but I heard she didn't make it. It's so terrible. She had been in here for dinner with her daughter a few days before." Police later found Sidhu after issuing his photograph and asking for help in locating him, and he was found around 11:30 p.m., almost 5 hours after the incident.